Well, Britain's Prince Andrew has reached a settlement with his accuser in a sexual assault lawsuit. The accuser, Virginia Giuffre. Now, papers filed by Giuffre's lawyers did not disclose the amount of the financial settlement. Virginia Giuffre sued the prince for damages, claiming that she was trafficked by the late Jeffrey Epstein and forced to have sex with the prince when she was 17 years old. All right, for more now, I'm joined by our correspondent, Charlotte Chilson-Pill. She is in London. She's covering this story for us. Charlotte, it's good to see you. Why has Prince Andrew agreed to this settlement, and do we know why it is now?
Well, of course, those details haven't been disclosed. That means that we can only speculate here. To some, this will come as a bit of a surprise. Both camps, including Prince Andrew's team, had suggested that they wanted to take this case all the way to trial. Prince Andrew saying that he wanted to clear his name in court, both publicly very dogged. But if you speak to some legal experts in the US, they were saying that an out-of-court settlement was always the most likely outcome here. Indeed, out-of-court settlements in cases like this are very frequent in the United States. Now, on the question of timing, there are certainly advantages for Prince Andrew in settling this case now. We know that he was facing a deposition next month, and of course, a trial potentially later this year, both of which could have been further damaging to his reputation if more details were released. They could have been hugely embarrassing for Prince Andrew, and indeed not just Prince Andrew, the royal family by association as well. They are likely to be breathing a huge sigh of relief today that this case has reached a settlement, that there won't be this public spectacle, media frenzy surrounding a trial, particularly this of all years. This is the Jubilee year for the Queen. She's celebrating 70 years on the throne. This summer, she'll have big celebrations marking that. I think many will be relieved that there won't be this spectacle overshadowing those celebrations.
And obviously, people are asking, do we know any details about this settlement?
It's very light on details. There's this very carefully worded statement. You mentioned at the top there when you were introducing that Prince Andrew has made a substantial, or is rather making a substantial donation to Miss Giuffre's charity in support of victims' rights. The sum for that has not been disclosed, but as I'm sure you can imagine, there is a flurry of speculation about what that figure is. We must also be very clear that this settlement is by no means any admission of liability from Prince Andrew, and that's no surprise. He has categorically, from the start, denied these allegations. So no surprises there, that there is absolutely no admission of any kind in this statement. There are some interesting lines in it which are worth pointing out. Prince Andrew, for example, it said, has never intended to malign Miss Giuffre's character, and he accepts that she's suffered both as an established victim of abuse and as a result of unfair public attack. So these will have been very carefully worked out statements, and they are likely to be all that we'll hear, at least in the short term. Both camps refusing to say more, and indeed Buckingham Palace tonight not commenting.
GW correspondent Charlotte Chilson-Pill from London tonight. Charlotte, thank you.